Hello there. Welcome. This is the first game dev stream in I think about a month. Much needed break from it, I'm gonna be honest, but actually I think it was more than a month. But we need to get back to this. I have been working on the game kind of a lot actually lately. I've been just especially when I was turbo depressed and anxious and having anxiety attacks. This was like one of the few things I could work on because it didn't require me to do any voiceover, didn't require any editing, which is very mundane and boring, and game dev for some reason totally fine. Let me open up, actually let me grab the free assets for today, for the month. The first set of assets for free for February, even though it's still January. Not sure why. Of course, Fab is not fabbing. Medieval Castle. Ooh, look at this on the screen. Yeah, without a display, unfortunately. Medieval Castle. Oh, maybe I shouldn't show this. Ah, fucking flashbang. I don't know if my credit card info is on here. Add to cart. Add to cart. Add to cart. We got a stylized log cabin, medieval castle, light detection plugin. Not sure what that does, but I'm assuming it has something to do with lights. But there they are. Alright, let me buy these. Or get them for free, I guess. Okay. They have been purchased. Let's get the music up. Hopefully it's not too loud. Okay. Let's open up Vessels. Welcome, Castle, by the way. You're very angry at Nintendo. I wonder why. I do have the document to share. Jesus Christ, it's like a flashbang every time. Okay. They put the document away. Let me explain what Vessels is. And I'm going to be honest, I think I'm leaning towards keeping the name Vessels. Maybe I'll add a subtitle to it, but I'm not entirely sure. But Vessels is sort of like a treasure hunting game meets like a ghost hunting game, kind of. We're going to be focusing on exploration and storytelling and puzzles in the game. It takes place in a universe where spiritual energy flows freely, and for some reason, it concentrates in places where tragedies happen. And when that happens, it forms sort of like these artifacts that we're calling vessels that have a tie. They have a connection to an event that happened in the past. And so we're gonna be telling the story through notes and other bits and pieces of like world building, but also these vessels which you have to find. They tell the story of the location and help you unlock, you know, the secrets from the past, essentially. But always, whenever these vessels form, it's because of, you know, some kind of tragedy, anger, fear, you know, hatred. Basically, it's all based on emotions, specifically to the negative ones, that we're going to be focusing on. And right now, oh my god, this is kind of loud, actually. Can't even think. Can't even speak. Can't even think. Right now, I am in the process of getting to early access. We are this close. But even within this little inch of you know, distance to the finish line, there's still a lot to do. It's a lot. I have the tech document here. Previously, we had this checklist of everything that had to be ready for early access, and we got a lot of it done. But as the new year came and went, I decided we're gonna make a new one But this one is more detailed. Hold on. This one's more detailed so that we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of the world itself. So we have the houses and everything that has to be in them. The different structures within the level. All the placement of the notes, the spawn points, and any other game systems that still need to be made. Like, we need to update the inventory so that when you get items in the level, those actually go into your temporary inventory, and if you die, aka your sanity drops to 0, your temporary inventory goes away. In fact, I might make it so your entire inventory gets wiped. I'll play around with it because I'm trying to think, how do we actually... This is one thing that I've been worried about. How do I make the game fun? Because right now, that's one of my biggest fears, is that there's no fun in this game. There's no tension. There technically are no enemies in this. The only enemy is your sanity. And by playing through the level and collecting vessels and confronting anomalies, your sanity will drop. At one point, I had the idea of having a timer, like a limited amount of time to play through the level. And then I thought, what if there is a timer, but it's your sanity meter? Your sanity meter ticks down every second, very slowly. And when you pick up, anomaly, or when you pick up vessels, that decreases your sanity a bunch. When you hit an anomaly, that decreases your sanity a bunch more. When you take special consumables, another decrease in sanity. That is your main enemy. That is the tension that is being created while playing the game. You are fighting the sanity bar in order to progress. So I think we're going to have 1,000 as the base sanity level, which I think is about 16 minutes. And as you play, you're going to take big chunks of sanity damage in order to progress. So you do have a time limit, which is your health essentially, which is not really, physical health, it's your mental health. That being said, we need to overhaul sanity. We need to add that change to the inventory so that I don't know if I want to do a full inventory wipe, because you can bring things with you from your hub level, your apartment. We'll have to make something for that eventually. But that's not coming until a later update. But I think the menu from before you start the level, you'll have like a storage menu, essentially storage box, whatever you want to call it. Your storage, and then you can put stuff in there or bring stuff with you on your run. I may play around. Oh, that could be a different game mode. We have to play the game, but if you lose your if you die, we're just gonna say if we die because it's easier to explain it than your sanity drops to 0. If you die, you lose everything in your backpack, whether if you brought it with you or not. But we're gonna have to update it for the regular game mode so that your temporary inventory, aka the things you found during the run, gets deleted if you die. I think that's what we'll focus on for now. We'll do the we'll do the inventory wipe for a different difficulty, like a full blown new game mode, essentially. And I do want to do a randomizer for this at some point. That is something I want to do later down the line, well past early access. I want to set up a randomizer for this so that's a little more, it's a little different each time you play. And I'll explain what that means much later in the development of the game. Get an email. It's for my passport. Why are your lips orange? They're not orange. What are you talking about? Dispatch on Switch? Why are you pissed about Dispatch coming to Switch? Don't mind me, I'm just eating my apple. It is bigger than my fist. Oh, this is from Pokemon. Little Root Town. Ooh. Alright, continuing from where we left off. You gotta create an escape menu / pause menu. Oh, escape as in, leaving the level. Yes, we need to make sure that you can leave the level. We need a main menu with all the different settings and options. Like, we need a main menu level, first of all. We need the new game option, load game, tutorial, settings, exit. We would also need an equivalent for, in the level as well, and a pause menu, essentially. I need to place all the puzzles. I need to place all the notes and keys. We need a couple new mechanics added in. A dialogue trigger. That's one of them. But sorry, it's a fucking massive bite of apple. That's like the bite I took is like the size of a regular apple. For now, the dialogue trigger is just gonna play like subtitle dialogue because we don't have voice actors. I might have to voice one of these characters at some point. And then create our we're probably just gonna use the tag system we have in there already to trigger certain things to spawn into the level, such as the story vessels. No, I don't have any spoilers in here. Some of these are blacked out because I don't want to spoil things, but there weren't many. So our goal for this sub-series of streams, I guess, is to chip this list of things down to completion, essentially. We need to get this done. And I'm sure I will probably add more to it, but not all of this is like... sorry, I was going to say, a lot of this is already done. But I need to verify, and that's what we're going to do today. So, I've already looked at all the houses. All of the houses are placed. They have their decorations, the random clutter and junk, their containers, furniture, etc. Power switches as well have been placed for all of them. I should probably check to see if the power switches are actually hooked up to the puzzle. And then we also need to set up that puzzle so that it actually turns on the power. Oh, wrong folder. Let's get right into it. Oh yeah, I did overhaul the spawn point system so that's functioning off of one blueprint. Don't really need to show it, you know, the details, but we've got the these are all the same blueprint, but they have different settings so that they do different things. We have pre-placed spawn points, which I will place in the world, and then the spawner will determine, or actually the spawn point will determine if it has an item or not. We have natural spawn points. That's for like wood and rocks and mushrooms and all that. Special, which is it will always spawn, and then you can set the actual item that you need to spawn. That's so that I can place notes and other things that need to be in the level at any specific point every time you start the game. And then hidden spawn points. And I did do a little overhaul on these hidden items. These are specifically for non-story vessels or any other hidden items I want to add in the game. You can still overlap it and interact with it. I've made a complete overhaul for how this works. They're just hidden. The idea is that they are in the world, you can interact with them, but you won't be able to see them unless you overlap them like I did a second ago. Like your collision overlap, your interaction overlap. So you can spot it very, it won't be this big for sure. It's going to be something smaller. But those are for vessels that are not related to the story. They're basically just collectibles for you to sell because they're worth a good amount of money. Previously, these were not interactable, but I decided I wanted to change it. So they're always interactable, whether if they're visible or invisible. They will start hidden, but if you have trouble finding them, these biscuits will help you find them. So this one is the revelation. It'll show you a little ping, a visual ping, that there's something there. And then we have the other one, which is audio based. So obviously we can see it right there. If I consume it and then approach it, I'm within a certain radius of that vessel. See, now I'm too far away, now I don't hear it. In fact, I think I might want to tighten this up so that's smaller, but we'll see. So you can't actually, you know, see it still, but you'll get this obviously. But you know you're within range of one. And then you take it, and then it's gone. Ooh, that little pop-up is still there. I thought I fixed that. It might still be in here. Picking up a pre-placed item, the item can still be interacted with very briefly. Okay, it's still there. I have not fixed it. Okay. I did fix a bunch of bugs that I found today, but yeah. Anyways, let's go to the actual level. I'm just glad that that went nice and smoothly, besides a couple of bugs that I found along the way. Dispatch quote, bathrooms are for shitting after your first coffee. You mean your first, second, and third coffee of the morning. I think I made a mistake with this apple. I should have cut it into slices. Okay. Let's get a top-down view of this. Oh. Oh, okay. Interesting. So this is our village. For the first difficulty level, we have house number 1, house number 2, house number 6, and house number 8. House number 3, 4, which is not in the game yet. I need to find a way to kind of block your view of house 4 for now, because that won't be available until the final difficulty level. It'll be here somewhere to the left. It's a bigger house. The family's a little richer. Not rich, but like better off than the rest of the village. So 3, 4, and 5 will not be in this first difficulty. So we're just going to block them off. Cover the windows with curtains. I'm not even going to put items in there because I don't even want to bother with that. We're just going to avoid decorating those houses because we don't need them for this. House 7 is not even accessible because it's in... you know, it's been stripped down. We do have the garages as well, which are down here. And I can't think of anything else that will be accessible during this. This is terrible. Why is it like this? Except for the bulletin board. So we got the bulletin board here. That's actually one of the main locations. As you can see, I have placed these things everywhere. And this will be a little secret for you guys that are watching. But maybe the players that buy the game will have to figure it out on their own. Excuse me. I'll show you what I mean. I made this little blueprint handy. Specifically for points of interest. Oh, we got music in the game now. So I guess we can... Oops. Could pause that. We've got music now. I'm gonna have to turn it down. You see that little blue guy? Little spark? That's what we're calling them, sparks. Anomalous sparks, whatever you want to call them. These will direct you to points of interest. And I have strategically placed them to any place that has something important, or maybe has loot, or it's related to the story. You get close enough, it disappears, and then when you go further away from it, it'll come back eventually. Maybe I should drop the timer on that. There you go. This actually looks like dog water because it's on low settings. We should be playing on at least high settings, because then the game looks completely different. Completely different. Also, the music is different each time you play the level. There's, I think 5 songs that loop 5 or 6 songs. Yeah, look at this. This looks way different in these high settings. This is how I want it to play like. This is like Silent Hill at night. I really like this track though. These songs are like the exact vibe I needed for this. Specifically this level, but we'll see about other levels. I already have the next level in mind, and it's going to be very different from this one. Ooh. Spooky. But yeah. I'm very happy with how, like, the level is turning out, now that I've got all the houses, like, decorated and everything. We might have to throw in clutter on the ground outside as well. Ooh, frame rate. That might be a little spark. But I have this light over here strategically turned on. Also the little spark to hopefully draw your attention to this bulletin board. And I'm going to give you a little... That's not supposed to happen. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. Oh, it turned off the HUD. I didn't realize that would also turn off... that would also turn off the read menu, but I guess that makes sense. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek at the story. And that's all you're going to get right there. The name of the note. Quarantine notice. But you will have to wait until the game comes out in order to find out more. That's all I'm going to give you. I'm just so happy that this, like, everything is coming together. The sounds, the visuals, the mechanics. I'm so happy with the progress that I've made. In a year and 2 months, I would love to get this game out this year. I think I want to aim for October. I think that would be perfect for this to come out. So I think that needs to be the goal. Aim for October. So that means we need to start finalizing the early access build by early summer. Finalize the build, make it, and then send it to Valve. Set up the Steam page. Maybe we'll announce it then and release it in October. Hopefully it'll have no hiccups. Like, say the build is not acceptable. Like, there's always the chance that it doesn't run well on Valve's end, like whoever tests it. Excuse me. So that's why it's a good idea to make your builds early, submit them well before the release, and then once you get the go ahead, then you can go ahead and set up the page, start the marketing, announcements, and all that. I'll probably do marketing beforehand though. I'll probably start early summer, but I think by July we need to start. So like we need to get all of this done. This needs to be done. All of our menus and the main menu, the tutorial level, the actual level, this level, fully playable. You can escape, you can exit the game, you can leave the level. There's gonna be like a little box here. Saving and loading and all that. Everything has to be done by July. By early July, I think, so that we can finish, make our first build, play test the build, send it to Valve, and yeah, hopefully we can get early access out by October. That would be great. And I definitely have a full where is it? Hold on, my mic is falling as usual. A full roadmap. So not to worry. I've got plenty of shit to do after early access. We've got a whole list of updates planned for post early access, which will expand the game even further, add more mechanics, bug fixes, overhauls if we need to change mechanics, take back feedback, add new difficulty levels, and then once we get to post early access, then we can start adding in the character story, like the main character, a general story for the whole world, more locations. Voice acting is also on that list. We should probably do voice actors. Co-op. That's something I will probably toss in there as well. I will figure out a way how to get that to work, but I think the first thing I want to do is get all of the core systems, the crafting, the upgrades, the black market, the other difficulty modes set up. The difficulty modes are a part of the story. Like each difficulty is a different chunk of the story for that level. And then the paying the bills and all that. Ooh, we need to probably do that. Yeah, we need to add that to this. Yeah. There is a lot. A lot to do now and a lot to do post early access. Paying bills. That's kind of all the reason why you're even doing this vessel hunting job, despite it being dangerous. And I already have a story written down for why you're doing it, and that'll come in later, obviously. I don't think I'm gonna finish this stupid apple. It's too much. For everyone's sake, I'm gonna turn off the music for now. In the game. I did set up a music manager of sorts that is within the full game, so every level will have access to it. And then we just, in the level blueprint, so this is a specific blueprint for this level, select the level name. We have these other levels as well that we'll eventually set up. It'll play different music. And I already have a main menu song in mind, actually. Let me play it. If I can find it. No. Is that it? No. What was the song, the soundtrack? Free Sounds? No. Yeah, no, that's... Free horror music pack. Yes. It was... Phosphoric? Yes. This is the song I want for the main menu. But obviously quieter. This is kind of loud. And I already have a main menu background idea. It might just be the tutorial level, but we'll see. View of the tutorial level, which I already know what it is going to be. Okay. Back to the music. What can we do on this list today? That is there. Okay. So I've already checked all the houses. We can just do a little flyby. So we've got house number 1. I've added more decorations. I'm going to probably be adding more to them because I want it to be like it's been lived in, but it's also been abandoned for a long time. So the place is a mess. There's a lot of junk in here. Furniture moved around and you know, clothing everywhere. This one might need a little more to it. But the actual like houses, what they contain, is supposed to reflect the story of the family that lived here. This house was a single mother and her 2 children. I'll share a couple story details here, but nothing too crazy. A single mother and her 2 daughters, and they were really poor. So the mother struggled to make sure, you know, her children were fed before herself. So we can see there is like bare minimum containers. We have 1 shelf and 1 box here. We have a suitcase and a night table. Now let's compare that to this house. Lone older woman. Her husband has passed, and they had some wealth. So immediately in this view, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 containers. Bunch of, you know, extra furniture, pots, baskets, a nice chair in the corner, a lot more going on in the kitchen, more food bags that are hopefully decaying. Bedroom, nice and full. Got more containers, whole desk situation, an extra chair, and you know, a nice setup out here where she can do laundry, and she's got her own well, her own outhouse. This woman is clearly a little bit better off than the rest of at least that family in house 1. So I want each house to reflect the family that lived there at one point, at least in terms of what's in the house or around the house. Things that were abandoned and left behind. Um, this one clearly much better off than the other family. This one I just finished today, setting up the outside. I started putting up these resource piles that you can grab stuff from. They have their own well. They have a shed here, which has some stuff in it as well. I definitely need to update this so that it has a floor, because it does not make sense that there's snow underneath it. But I obviously didn't make this level, someone else did. There is another storage shed, I guess, here. An outhouse. Yeah, and then inside, this family is a lot bigger than the other ones. What's up, Daniel? This is not Supermarket Simulator 2. I don't know how you're getting that from this castle. This family's a lot bigger. They've got, because of that, they have to put the kitchen in this like extension of the house. Fortunately for me, it worked out with the village layout that some other person made. I don't even know the name of the person that made this. So this house is a little bigger because they use like the patio porch area, and it's fully sheltered. And this has the kitchen. And here we have one bed because they have a grandpa. Everyone else has to the grandpa has to share this room with the rest of the family though, because it's got the table for eating, some containers, you know, the normal stuff. And then here's where the rest of the family lives. The mom and dad sleep here, and then the two kids, they slept here as well. Pretty standard stuff. This room might also need more junk. Also would love some wall decorations. I just need to find something. Daniel, why are you asking that? No, obviously not. I'm not kidding when I say this. Whenever you ask, it's just like the worst time because I've already had plans. Like the other night, I literally was, I think, in the middle of playing with some other people when you asked. So no. Why I would not admit to that, first of all, and no, obviously not. We've got this shed here. Actually, it's more like a garage. That is part of Property 7. But Property 7 has been, well, dismantled. I think in the story, basically all it is that the family left a while ago. And they're repurposing the garage here for storage of random shit. There's another shed I gotta fill up. Their porta potty. Not quite sure what happened here. Anyways, house 6. We've got a bunch of stuff in here. Actually, there's no way to get in here. I don't know what happened here. Whoever made this like asset pack didn't even have a door to get into this building. So I need to like remove this fence piece and update it so that there's a door here. But yeah, we got all the junk and shit out here. Some furniture, clothesline for drying clothes. They got a storage shed back here with a saw for cutting wood and a bunch of wood piles. Porta potty, outhouse. This boulder you'll be able to like mine from, some stone. Inside we've got another relatively poor family, a father and his daughter. This might need more decorations as well, but we'll see. But I don't want to put too much into houses like this because this is supposed to be a poorer family. It's supposed to have less available, less resources, less furniture, utensils, that sort of thing. Less containers. So I think the insides are pretty solid for now. I do need to add more decorations, just a couple of these, but that's fine. I would be happy with this. Oh, I need to check the curtains for the other houses. Yeah, we'll add a curtain here. Oops. I moved everything into a folder so that it's just a lot easier to find things. It was kind of annoying to have to go throughout the whole project finding each of the individual assets, so we're just going to put them all in here into one folder from now on. Let me take a bite of my apple. Every time I bite into it, It just makes a mess on my face. Got to change the size of this. And the position. Actually. There we go. I think just that one. Ooh, this whole room needs... Actually, we'll add one to each of them. Except for this middle one. The curtains, even the curtains themselves, are something that reflect the wealth of the family. You know, not having curtains at all means the family was relatively poor. Mismatching curtains or tattered curtains, another thing that I've been using. I've been trying to do everything I can in terms of decorating these houses. Hold on. To reflect the economic status of the family. Oh god, what the fuck? Hello? Okay. So even the curtains themselves help do that as well. That's fine. So like this, I think of these four houses, the island house is the family that's the richest. This is the second one. They're still not doing great because they have more people in their family, in their household. But they're trying their best. And then the one over here, that one is doing not great as well. But this village is a mishmash of people with different economic statuses. For the most part, the village is poor, with the exception of the old lady and the family in the big house, house number 4. Which isn't in the game yet, and it probably won't be for quite a while, because I think I'm just gonna avoid doing that until we get to that difficulty level. It's just gonna be easier for development. And for now, I'm just gonna literally like plug up the spot where the entrance to the house would be. I think I'm just gonna use fog to block the view, so it looks like there's nothing back there because of the fog. It's just quite literally going to block the view. Okay. Oh, if we're gonna have matching shit, then let's replace this with... Yeah, this family is a little bit better off, but not by much. It's mostly because they have the grandpa and 2 kids. Been addicted to trading card simulator? That sounds like fun. I just don't have any interest in that game, I'm sorry. This one's a little more tattered. I wish I had more colors. I guess I could make my... Ooh, hold on. Hold on. Create a material instance. Actually, can we change the color? Oh, we can. Let's get like a red almost. Okay. There we go. Yeah, a lot of these have been blue, green, and I think gray or white. Let's change that. Oh shoot. No. No. What the hell? Material. There it is. Let me move that to my folder of things I edited, just to make it easier. While we're here, I guess we can talk about other things. I know that like not everyone watches this, you know, even the regulars. They're just here to hang out, but we can chat about anything really. I definitely want to chat about the what's it called, the stream schedule, because we're probably gonna go back to somewhat normal. I'm hesitant to do 5 days a week again each week, because honestly the days off are kind of nice. So I think what I want to do is do 5 and 4. So like 1 week we do 5 days and 1 week we do 4 days. I think that's what we're gonna do. And then of course we got the upcoming Grand Theft Auto playthrough, which I think let's see. Friday we're gonna do the Long Dark, the Great Bear challenge. Saturday, I'm trying to think. I don't have anything planned for Saturday. Oh, you know what? Let's do Schedule 1. I know I've been promising about it. Promising it. So let's do Schedule 1 on Saturday. So if you want to play Schedule 1, let me know. We'll play that on Saturday. Yeah, so we'll start GTA 5 next week. It'll probably be, if I had to guess, Friday and Sunday. Because I don't know if I want to do 2 days in a row. I think I've learned about certain games. Not playing them 2 days in a row because it's taxing mentally. So there we go. That's the plan for the next week or two. And then obviously we'll continue the Long Dark playthroughs, the Anna the Vegan challenge. We'll do another game dev stream next week. And then GTA 5. What was I doing? I'm trying to find the stupid material. Oh, that looks kind of nice. Ooh. Ooh. I like that. Okay. Just finish up with the curtains here. Okay, now that I know that it's super simple and easy, then that's awesome. So I think these 4 share the same material. Yes, they do. Okay. Okay. So they share the same material. Perfect. Okay. Does this have view of the... Kind of. I kind of want to make sure that there's like, you know, clear view of certain things in the world from the inside the houses, so that maybe it'll draw people's attention. So like the outhouse, I want it to be, obviously, I want it to be known that it's there. Because I will be putting spawn points in or around the outhouses, and or maybe other things of interest. It's gonna be like DayZ. I've played quite a bit of DayZ lately, and learning how overpowered the outhouses are in that game is wild. It spawns, for some reason, it likes to spawn items that you really can't find anywhere else. And some of them are very important for base building and for vehicles. It's so weird. It's such a weird quirk about that game, about the outhouses. Okay, and then this one will... And then you'll be able to see that other shed from here. I don't really like that these are all like a different width. Like height, obviously, depending on the style of the curtain, it should be different. But like, why are they all a different width? This one's a perfect width for this window, but the other ones I had to like extend. But yeah, you can see that storage unit over there. Well, maybe you can, maybe you can't. Maybe I should move this. Here, we'll put it here. Oops. Yeah, there we go, because that window's blocked anyway, so it doesn't matter. But now you can see the storage unit over there. Alright. Perfect. Look at that! If I were to put that onto, say, a different curtain style, like this one right here. Yeah, see, it wouldn't work because it's not the same model. They have to share the same, you know, rough model, I guess, the base model. How are we gonna get around the no-no words on GTA 5? The same way we got around them in Red Dead Redemption 2. It was a different time. It was a different time, even though it was like 14 years ago, 13 years ago. We're just gonna let it slide. Pray I don't get demonetized, and maybe make it members exclusive. I'm gonna be honest. I might have to make the GTA 5 series a members exclusive series. Potentially. If the whole thing gets like turbo demonetized, age restricted, etc., I'm gonna make it members exclusive, unfortunately. I'll leave it up for like a day, but after that, you gotta be a member to watch it. Because otherwise the VODs are just gonna sit there and they're not gonna do, and they're not gonna, you know, benefit from being there. What of a name for your Schedule 1 empire? I thought we were just gonna name it Yippee Drugs or whatever. Something like that. We're gonna keep the name Yippee for sure. So I don't really need this anymore. We'll keep it there. Actually no, we don't need it. Yeah, we're done. These are the only houses we needed to set up. Please? Yeah, we're done with this. We don't need these out here. I just had them copied here so that I can like copy and paste them over to the house that I was working on. And we're done. We're officially done setting up furniture and decorations. Might still add some clutter. Maybe a couple of extra decorations, but like I think for now decorations are fine. Clutter, maybe a little bit more. I definitely want to add clutter to the ground outside. Like junk, wooden pallets, random barrels, garbage on the floor, garbage bags, etc. This house is done. So they don't have curtains in here because they're turbo poor. They only have some of them in here and they're mismatching. Again, turbo poor. That one I know those are matching. But let's double check, I guess. Oh, they're not matching. Let's fix that. So for this green one, I kind of want to make a new color for this. Let's make it like yellow. Oh wait, no, I didn't want to duplicate it. I'll make a material instance of it. I didn't press enter, so what is the game doing? Or the engine? Gonna make it yellow. Gonna change the color. It really took a lot to actually get some color into it for some reason. Okay, that's good. We don't want too much color. Obviously, this is an abandoned ass village from the 80s, roughly. That's like the time period I'm choosing for this. Yippee Empire. That's fine. That works. Oh, for some reason this is taking forever. We'll have to wait. Ugh. I clicked on the wrong folder, didn't I? Okay. There we go. Yeah. It's yellow. So we're going to get rid of those two. They won't match this material. I always forget where the fuck it is. And it has not moved. So that one is curtain 02A. Okay. Curtain 02. So it should work with these even. Actually, it might not. Oh, it did. Oh, they're based on the same material. Okay. Cool. Good to know. What I don't understand about this one is why is it like angled like that? As if there's wind blowing? But very clearly there isn't any wind blowing. Also, it's not even animated. So like, why would they make the model look like the wind is blowing? Even though it isn't animated. You can make an asset like this animated, as if the wind is blowing. But I'm just confused. I don't know. I don't know how to explain this. Oh my god, this is so annoying. I have to angle it a tiny bit like that. Center it better. Stretch it out a bit. Oops. It's not gonna look perfect. That's fine. I just do this. Browse to asset. Thank you. Please. And then for this other one, we're just going to copy this. Well, now I got to edit this a bit. I guess we can shorten it. There we go. Okay. You wrote Yippee Card is the name of your store? Nice. Yippie's the best. Oh, don't mind that hidden power switch there. You guys are probably going to see a lot of spoilers for this game, which I'm trying to avoid. But like, what can I do about it? Like, I already shared one of the notes, at least the title, which is gives you a good idea of what the story is going to be about. And I will not reveal anything more about that. For this one, we're going to do the blue ones because I kind of need this curtain to be like that so that you can see on the outside. So, browse to asset. Well, I guess it's just going to be this one. Because I want this room blocked from view for the most part, except for that one window. For reasons. Dude, I don't understand the camera acceleration in this. Like, I can't choose a specific number I want for how fast it moves. And then it's either too fast or too slow at all times. Unreal is fucking annoying. Maybe I'm gonna switch over to Unity at some point. Actually, that's something I do want to do at some point. I want to switch to Unity for a game. Maybe not a massive game. Maybe something smaller. Maybe something I can release as a free game, essentially. Not free to play, but like it's just a free game that I'm gonna put out, just as a proof of concept. Because I would love some experience in a different engine. I've been sort of stuck in Unreal for the better part of 9 years, 8 years, I think. I always forget. I switched over from Geology in mid 2016, right? I'm trying to remember the last 12 years of my life, and oh my god. I started in summer 2014, so I ended in spring 2016. So summer 2016 is when I started game dev, but I didn't get to Unreal until I think it was winter of 2018. Yeah, because we got 3 semesters. No, yeah, it was summer of 2017. Because that's when we started our capstone project. Relassus made it through the Shark Tank in winter of 2017. So summer 2017 is when I roughly started in Unreal. It's been 9 years. 9 years? 8.5 years. It'll be 9 years later this summer. Damn. Almost 9 years in this engine. Almost exclusively. I did dabble a little bit in other engines at the time. Did a little bit of Unity. A little bit of Godot. Don't remember that other one, but it was more programming focused. It was oof. Never again. Python. Not Python. What was it? It was JavaScript. Yeah. No thank you. But yeah, I do want to go. I'm gonna maybe do some Unity at some point in the future. Maybe we could just do like the occasional. Hello, Kirk. By the way, thank you for joining. The occasional Unity stream, just to program, just to make something, and that's it. We don't have to make an actual game. We just code out something and then make something neat to show off. All right, I think we're good in this room. I think we're done with the curtains. Can I please go over there? Okay. Yeah, this one will have mismatching curtains. Let me give them the yellow. Let's reuse this. Yellow. And we'll make this one red. There we go. Alright, we're done with the houses. Except for, well, these. But I don't want to do that on stream because spoilers for the loot locations and the spoilers for the notes. This is something I can't really do now because I don't have the ability to spawn it in yet. But I will add that. So we're done with the houses. Let's do outhouses. Let's do storage, units, sheds, garage, etc. Okay. A lot of these I've already done. So let's go to house 1. House 1 doesn't have an outhouse yet. I've been considering whether if I want them to have one. Because game. But I don't know. This could be the desolation point of the game. I could just throw a bucket out here. The yellow curtains near the bed might be suspicious? What do you mean? What do you mean? Is there something I don't know about that? I'm scared now. I'm seriously considering just throwing a bucket on the floor. Because this is... Yeah, this is supposed to be the poorest family in the village. This house. So... Does every house have an outhouse? Yep. Yep, the swamp reclaimed that one, though. Yep. Yep. Oh, okay. Okay, I guess we gotta give him an outhouse. That one has one. That one, I added it to it. That house wasn't even there before. This house wasn't even here before, too. Let's give him an outhouse. Let me be humane about it. Now, one thing I was considering previously is, what about... Oh, yeah. We need to get rid of these doors. I don't want these doors here to be openable. The reason why is because the door is not programmed to know that it can't open into the outhouse because it'll overlap the outhouse. It'll hit the seat there. It's not programmed to handle that at all. So I think I'm just gonna get rid of the regular doors and add in static ones. Outhouse. Here's the door. Put that down, and then replace with the previous actor. Please. Oh, there we go. So it's no longer interactive. I think we're just gonna have them open, just enough to reach in. There we go. Let's copy and paste. Bring that over here. I don't know if I want this like within street view. I think we're gonna put it out here. We'll put it next to the power box here. Whatever the hell you call that. Oh, now the snow is peeking through. Oh, and we'll get rid of this so that you can get through. I guess it's fine because the door is open. I guess it's snowed in inside. That's fine. The door will be a little open. That's fine. Okay. There. Now that house. Now every house has an outhouse. Now I kind of don't like the rotation of it. Gosh darn it. There we go. Alright, it's no longer the desolation point of the map. Sorry, Kirk. Remember the other day when you found out that you might have to apologize for saying there's no bathroom in Desolation Point? But there is not still. So I guess whoever said that was mistaken. That was kind of scary for a little bit when we found out there might be a bathroom in Desolation Point. Okay. There. Apple. Buckets in the Long Dark are now chamber pots? Not chamber pots, no. The outhouses are done. So this is done, I think. It'll need a floor, but I'll get to that eventually. So that's house 8 storage. Nope, shed. House 8 storage is not done. which we can do that now. I think I had something in here I wanted to put in here. Well, we'll fill it in with, like, you know, the standard barrels and shit. We'll do that big barrel. We'll do this other barrel. I wish I had boxes. How do I not have wooden boxes? Hold on. Hold on. That's like your standard decoration for any game. Flower, yeah. Error? What do you mean error? Oh my god, I hate that. Dude, Fab was a mistake. Valve. Epic, you need to roll this back. This fucking marketplace is a trash heap. Please. It doesn't even work half the time. Those are too clean. It's too clean. They're a little cartoony. Like a slight amount. Let's find a free wooden box. Free. We'll just type in box. Let's see what happens. There we go. We got plenty. A lot of cardboard. Honestly, this is a dumb question. Kirk, can you answer this for me? Was cardboard that big back in the 80s? I'm pretty sure it was, right? Because this village takes place in the 80s, at least the last time it was inhabited. Cardboard was big back then, right? I'm assuming cardboard's been around for quite a while. I'm dumb though. I'm a mid-90s baby. I don't remember anything past the year 2001. So yeah. I should add more cardboard boxes because it makes sense. But I need wooden boxes. That's definitely something that's missing that seems like it's obvious that it's missing. This one looks good, but it has English writing on it. So I can't use it. Not for this level. We had large cardboard boxes. Okay. I'll put some large ones in here. No, I need we'll do some wooden boxes. This is good. It looks aged. It's free. Add to my library. See, I would love to add some of this cardboard too, but it's too clean. I need aged cardboard, which I have some in here. Some old ass cardboard. None here. Right there. Some old cardboard. Even the carpets in front of the houses, entrances, or like in the bedrooms reflect their wealth. See, this house is using cardboard and cloth as a rug, versus this house, they have carpets right there. Even that, it's as well, is being used to reflect the economic status of these houses, of these families. I'm trying to do everything I can to make it look like this house had a family that was much better off than this house, because this house is turbo poor. So everything has to reflect that, from the mismatching curtains, the quality of the curtain, the use of carpet or cardboard as in place of a carpet, the number of containers that they had, which they would spend money on, whether they have a water pump here with the trough, storage sheds like this. All of this is being used to reflect the story, the economic prosperity of these families. What was I doing? I was in the middle of this. Okay. And then I was looking at boxes. So we found the one. Here's another one, but this is too clean. It's got what looks like a little algae or moss on it. That one would work better in a different level. I might just use the one I have, the one I found. Yeah, but see, all this cardboard is kind of... Okay, this could work. I wish I could turn it around. Okay, if I add stuff, I gotta put it in here. Is this Quixel? It is. Cardboard box. Box. Oh, I had it already. Add to project. Medium quality? Low. We'll do low quality. That's fine. If it looks like a potato, that's fine. This place is a trash heap anyways. Okay. Oh yeah, we got that one. If I can get a smaller one, that'd be great. World War II box. See, I have some wooden boxes like this, like an open box. Some baskets as well. That would actually be great for the game, but we already have one. Another wooden box that's small, though. Something looks aged. No, it's still a little too clean. I think that's fine for now. Oh, we don't need this. Oh, did I unplug that? No. I guess we don't need to do this either. I don't think so. It shouldn't break anything. That's just so the music doesn't play. But we weren't even in the level, so it doesn't matter. Or playing the level. Right. Let's add the box. The wooden box. Which was this one. We'll just shrink it down. We'll create 2 of them. Add to project. Big crate by Polytricity. Polytricity. Okay. Big crate. Mesh. Please have your material. Okay, good. We're gonna put that in the decoration box. Or the decoration box. Decoration folder. Oh, perfect. Right there. Now, this won't do. The center point. We're gonna have to change that. Edit pivot. We'll put it at the bottom. Bottom, center, bottom. Accept. Delete. Put that back in. Oh, even better. Duplicate it. Where'd it go? Okay. Put it in the level. We're gonna shrink it. And then bake that. So it's always small. Okay. We'll have a small one. Let's add a couple of these to the level because we didn't have them before. Now we do. I'll put one of these on. Chair's too small. Or too small. Put one in here. Put one in here. Please. Please. There we go. Dude, I can't tell if I'm listening to video game music or if this is just like I don't know. If this is just an actual regular song. Here, I want to get one of these in here. So let me move this. Anyways, I'm probably gonna get demonetized for that song alone. Alright. Well, this wasn't even the thing I wanted to put in here. There's something in here. Over there I have the wooden saw for the wood. For milling. The saw blade. There was something else here. Oh, it was like a grindstone looking thing. It's in here somewhere. Or maybe not. It might not be in this folder. No, it's not. So, I think it's Old West. Yes, there it is. This thing. Put it in there. Oh, I did end up using this. This is now a decoration. Anything that I actually end up using in the level, we're tossing it into this other folder. So everything is in one spot. With the exception of the containers, we're just going to leave them where they were. Because we're not pulling in the container mesh. We're pulling in the blueprint that has the container mesh applicable. These. Oh, I've been looking for these. Get these in there. I think that's a bulletin board. We're only going to use one of that one time, but this we got to put on the houses. Totally forgot about the chimney. Let's get the grindstone in here first. Grind wheel, whatever it's called. I'm not sure what they'd use it for in a post-Soviet village, but you know what? I'm trying my best with what I have, and what I have is mostly Old West assets that somehow work for the most part for this village theme, time period, etc. Everything's nice and aged too. Oh, let me put like a toolbox in here. Where? Here we go. Toolbox. Look, woodworking tools. That's more than woodworking tools. There's a fucking hatchet and a hacksaw in there. Handsaw. Bunch of other stuff. And then I wanted to put like a bucket in here. Or some other smaller item. We'll put in a trash bag. And a bucket. Got a lot of buckets. A lot of these are kind of like... It's more like a big cup. Please? There we go. Bucket. There we go. I wanted to do like a resource pile over here or something. We'll worry about resource pile separately. Let's just do that. So the storage unit, whatever it's called. Yeah, the storage for house 8 is done. House 7, which is, you know, stripped. The family moved away a long time ago. This one is done. This is shed 2. Oh, another Pokemon song. Shed 2, shed 1. We'll just put random shit in here. Shit that was abandoned. We'll put some crates in here. barrel. We'll need a floor in here eventually. Oh, we could do a trash pile in here as well. What else? What else? Put a crate in here, a wooden crate. This is just mostly shit that was abandoned by the previous family. And then let's leave room for the resource pile. Well, I'm about to bring it out, so I might as well put a bunch of them in. Resources. Resource pile. Oh. I was about to say, why is that so massive? It's not. It's just blocked by the door. I want it to be junk. Let me rotate it. There we go. Let's put one. Let's put one here. Actually, no, I feel like that would have been taken. Wood pile. Let's make it a rock. I don't know why the box is not like the right. Hold on. The right position. I need to update that. Yeah, I've got clotheslines. I think for all the houses that I'm decorating so far. I might have to do something about the ones that we're not going to use for this difficulty. At least put some decorations outside. These are supposed to be rocks. Slightly sunken into the ground because there's snow all over. I kind of wish I had something to make it look like there's snow on it, like a decal. I might have to find something for that. One of the wood assets that I have is from this asset pack, so it comes with snow on it, but the others don't. There we go. This one has a rock, has wood. I think that's good for now. Honestly, a lot of these piles of like rubble and shit can just be on the ground here, like rubble. It's just there. Yeah, like right here. That's just a resource node, essentially, that you can loot. We can put one over here. There's already junk on the floor there, so we'll just make this one junk. There you go. Let's rotate it. Let's make sure nothing's like the same orientation across the whole level. It looks bad. What is up with the snow here? Why is it like that? Ah. Okay, leave it where it was. I'm just going to remove the snow underneath. At least a little bit. Ooh, how does do that? Is that landscape? I haven't done this in a while. I haven't done this since I'm updated the island over there. Smooth? Brush type. Ah, there we go. Now, is it updating the landscape or... I think it's updating the landscape, not the... Yeah, no, the pavement there, asphalt, that's separate. Oh, the tree sinks. Oops. Let's undo everything. Hold on. Okay, okay. There we go. So just get rid of this. And that. It looks bad because it's like angular. And then anything in between the garages. It does look weird that there's no snow. So again, I might just have to find a decal that I can put on top of this to make it look like it's painted with snow, essentially. It'll still look like asphalt, but excuse me. Hello. But it'll look like it's covered in light snow. That one part did not want to cooperate. Oh, right, because it's smooth. I see. I'm smoothing it out. Flatten that. Oh, yeah, it's really hard to tell that there's, like, elevation here. Because I gotta get really close to the ground. Much better. Yeah, over here it's nice and flat. In fact, let's sculpt it. Why is it coming up like with this one triangle though? Whatever. Just put it back to how it was. I just don't know why it's like... Why does it form a triangle there? That's so weird. Oh, what the hell? Why does it do that? I'm not sure why it's forming like a triangle here. Oh, there's like a divot here. I did not notice that. These are separate pieces. Okay, that makes sense. Brush size. Yeah, I'm very much new to a lot of these systems. I've never sculpted before landscape. Never did visual effects, post-visual effects, post-processing. That's what I meant to say. Music and soundtrack. Modeling. These are all new things for me. I always had someone else do it. Because, you know, I've worked on a couple different teams. Let me just... Fucking Christ, the frame rate. This is on the potato settings, right? Oh, it's not. Okay, good. Let's put it back on potato settings. Flatten. Get rid of that. Get the snow out of here. Inside the garage, it definitely shouldn't have any snow. Unless there's a hole in the roof. Oh no. So what I want to do here is the van is going to stay inside there. We're going to have basically... We're not going to have that one accessible. Oh, hold on. I got to get out of landscape mode. We're not going to have this garage accessible. We're going to leave the van in there as it is. So that's just not going to be accessible. And I shouldn't be able to get in there. Yeah, no, my chonky butt can't get in there. These are like have collision. I'll just change that so they're not like super in the way. Okay. Apple. I forgot about my apple. Oh, let me take a little break. I need to go to the bathroom. So in the meantime, I will play a quick ad. I will be right back. That is the wrong button. I'm back. Oops. Oh, mic. As usual. Okay. Right, so garages. Put this over here a bit more. Yeah, we'll have them both unlocked, I guess, so we gotta figure out what we're putting in here. Is there a way for me to just, like, do a top-down view here? I don't understand what it's why it's rendering like this. I was just kind of hoping it would show me, like, the interior, and that's it. We're gonna make this kind of like a tool storage, more like a communal thing, I guess. A LaCroix, hopefully it's not frozen solid. Well, I put them inside, so no. So we can put like barrels and boxes and shit in here. Let's have like a table or two. Toolbox. Another toolbox. We'll probably need a bunch of random tools in here as well. Table. Couple of stools. Now that stool is a lot bigger than that table. Huh. Yeah, that doesn't seem right. Are we sure this isn't a bench? No, it's called work table. There's definitely a scaling issue here. I think that's probably better. Modeling. Bake transform. I know I have one other instance of this, so let me go check it and make sure it's updated. I think it's over here. Yeah, that looks much more appropriate in size. Place where Vladimir is making illegal spirits? What? I don't understand what's happening in the chat. Here, we'll put like a pot in here for like, I don't know, oils or something like that. Yeah, let's make that table bigger. Do we have any other instances of this table on the level? Let's find out. Oops. Yeah, I did. And now I gotta move a bunch of shit. Is that everything? Oh no, there's more underneath. Gotta make sure it's not floating. Okay, It's out of the carpet's way. Carpet. The curtain's way. There we go. And then come on. It's sunken through the floor there, you can tell. It's gonna look like it's floating a little bit on one side. There. And that's the one I just put down. Okay. Ah, the fucking camera. So fast. Get up to the wall. Me too. Okay. Let's keep going. Keep adding stuff. Another stool. Oh yeah, one of these for sure. A ladder. Have it up against the wall. Tilt it a little bit. There we go. Oh yeah, tires. Oh yeah, a pile of tires. There we go. I'm saving that asset for something. I knew it would come in handy. Have like a loose tire here. Oh, and then some loose tools. Look, it's a hacksaw from the Long Dark. I'm kidding. Don't want everything oriented the same way. Looks weird. Some of this can be on the floor as well. Or on here. I don't even know what the hell this is. Oh yeah, we can just drop like nails and screws and bolts on the floor. We could put junk in here as well. Regular old trash. But now we have an excuse to have like nuts and bolts and screws and all that. There was some more up here somewhere. There we go. Some paper. Oh, we can put it in a box or two. I kind of wanted to make room for a resource pile in here. There we go. We'll make it what should we make it as? Yeah, we'll do junk. Oh, this one's much smaller. Okay. This one looks great. Awesome. Love it. Let's put like a tool in here or something. I don't know. What the hell is this? It's a pitchfork? Looks like it. It's like a weird looking pitchfork. I kind of want to do this. Have it leaning against the tire. There we go. Oh, that's clipping through. Can't have that. There we go. Kirk's got to go. Thank you for joining, Kirk. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Harry Potter. That. Yeah, I don't know where you're getting Harry Potter from, Castle. Are you on something? You doing the jerks? If you admit it, we won't make fun of you. No, we don't do that here. Oh, we'll throw some cardboard on the floor here. Makes sense, right? Let's get a bucket in here as well. I might be overdoing it, honestly. I'm just making the level size, file size even bigger. Okay, I've definitely overdone it. That's fine. Great, now we got another one to do. Let's make the outside, you know, let's rough it up a bit as well. We'll toss in a tire or two out here. What's this from? It sounds so familiar. Ah, from Skyrim. That makes sense. That's why it sounds so familiar. I'm playing a lot of Skyrim lately. Garbage can. Garbage. Bunch of garbage. We'll put some random clutter here and there. We'll put like a wooden pallet. A couple of them probably. Really should get more like junk items. Like not instead of just like these cans and some other shit that I had. Here's another can. Definitely not gonna put paper out here. We'll put a box here. Put a couple of these. Yeah, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, this place is seen better days. This is potato visuals, so yeah, we can see better. We're not supposed to see that good. What do you mean throwing shade? I'm not throwing shade at you. Oh, why are you floating? Okay. Now I gotta do the other one. This one I'm just gonna stuff it full of boxes and barrels and shit. Oh god, that's huge. I guess we'll put like a resource node in here. There's also be like spawn points, everything for everywhere for things. Like, please grab, please. Why are you up there? Get out of there. I don't know what you're talking about, guys. So what mod? I don't have a nails in the board mod. You need to be more specific, dude. No. Put a bucket in there. I'm literally just filling it with just random shit. Random stool. Just so that it looks like the villagers were using it. Alright, in the middle, we're gonna have like a fucking resource pile. Please. Dude. I fucking hate this keyboard. Everything's so close together, and I lost my muscle memory for where each key was, because everything's smaller. There we go. Okay. And then we'll have to throw in some clutter on the ground. Let's just stick with like paper. Some of these. Yeah, I would love more clutter like this, like random garbage on the ground. I think I had a new one I added in. Like called, I think it was like a sardines can or whatever. Do some cardboard. Oh, and yeah, some of these. Please. What? Oh my god, I hate that so much. It's getting caught on like the fucking roof above me. Where was that sardine can? There it is. It's so hard to spot sometimes. This might be overkill. Actually, let's not put that there. Okay. What? Castle? I'm so confused. Game dev or gas station devs got an contraband game coming out Q1 this year. How many games are they making? Please tell me, because it just sounds like they're making asset flip games, and I don't like that. I thought they were making the one new game, the diner version of Gas Station Simulator. But it turns out they have 3 whole new games coming. I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't. Why are they making so many games at the same time? Hold on. Like at any time, they should be working out at least 1 to 2. But now they're gonna have 4 games because even Gas Station Simulator isn't done. They're still making game content for that. They still got DLC for it. Why are they making so much? They're gonna spread themselves thin, and then they're gonna drop flops, and no one's gonna buy their games anymore. I don't think they're going about this the right way for making their games. There. Let me get some tires in here. Or out here. That's probably fine. Actually, let me move it here. Okay. I think the garages are good. How much longer? Maybe like another half hour. Garages. House 7 shed. Did we finish that? Yeah, we finished that. House 8 storage, which was this one. Yeah, I think that's done. Island Gate, we don't even have access to that yet. We don't have access to the assets for any of these yet. We'll work on that. I'll work on that later. Bulletin board. And the bulletin board... Yeah, the bulletin board notes are there. I don't want to touch the notes in general on stream. I want to do them off stream because I don't want to spoil anything. Resource nodes. We've already got a bunch of them, but let's check. Let's do top view. Don't know why it renders like that, but whatever. So that's not how you spell that. I wish there was a better way to... That made it worse. You can kind of see them all over the village, but I think we gotta add a few more. I think we gotta add some on the streets, just like strewn around everywhere. In random spots. So I think we're done with the properties. The properties have plenty. Let's add a bunch of just like on the street. I mean, the boulder... Jesus Christ. The boulders should be relatively easy to kind of fit in, and we can put a bunch of those all over the place. So welcome, Jess. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. Yeah, let's work on like rocks. Let's put it like right here. I'm now debating if I should make those bigger, like proper boulders. I think rocks, we'll put one over here. Okay. But yeah, rubble piles and trash piles are gonna be like kind of the same thing. They're gonna fit in perfectly. Should probably rotate them too. Actually. Junk. No, Toast, it's me, Mario. It's not you, Mario. You're Jess. What are you talking about? Oops. We'll drop some junk ones here as well. Angry Mario are great. I guess I could just copy and paste, but I'm like concerned about elevation changes. Yeah, see, that one looks like it's floating. I wonder why it did that. There we go. We'll get like another one over here. Rubble. They're just kind of all over the place. I think it's definitely easier to just put rocks all over the place, but like rubble and trash, it makes more sense near the like the structures. Wood could be in storage, out of storage. We've got wood everywhere, I think. Let's go through them all then. Resource pile. So junk. We'll count junk. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So we got rubble. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. We could add more rubble. A couple more. Actually, do one here. And then here. Okay, so that should be 8. I think I want to have at least one more. We'll put it in like a backyard or something like that. We'll put it here. Don't make me call Bowser on you. Oh no. Alright, that should be 9 rubble. So let's see. Wood and rock. Wood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 wood. Let's get some more wood in there. Put one here. Yeah, I do need to decorate in front of these houses that are not going to be used as difficulty, because we at the very least need to make sure that they look like there's stuff like people lived here. Even if we're not going inside, let's make the outside look like it's lived in, that people abandoned it, that sort of thing. Okay, so let's 7 wood, I think. Oh yeah. There's okay. That one was already replaced. Isn't this the house where it didn't even have a way to get in? Yeah, that little step there, I had to put there myself. I might have to rotate this house. I don't like the way it's set up. Because, like, to get in from here, you have to go all the way around. That's so weird. I feel like the entrance should be facing this way. So I think I'm going to change that. You've already got plenty over here. Can we jam one in here somewhere? Probably not. Here, we'll put one, we'll tuck it away over here. Unfortunately, it's gotta be this one, the one that's covered in snow. I guess it doesn't have to be, but it'll look better. I need to find like a decal I can put on the rest of them. Oh, that barrel is poking through the wall. Bad barrel. Okay, that should be... Shit. I don't remember how many it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I already lost count. I am bad at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. One more. See, this yard already has plenty. And this place is abandoned and it's got 3. 1 outside, so 4. Oh, this place doesn't have a lot of them, does it? It has the 1. I'll throw another wooden one here. Yeah, again, it's got to be this one. Okay, that's 9, and then let's count rock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. So let's add 3 more. We can throw one here. I'll put it here. There's no such thing as 3, idiot. 2. So let's I don't remember how many I said. Ah, boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would be very helpful if I just named them what they are. 7. Let's add 2 more. We'll kind of toss one in between here. Because I do want to complete this fence, actually. Because it's weird that the properties are basically connected. We'll finish up the fence. Or at least maybe move it so that you can't get into this yard from here. You gotta go around, which I gotta make a way for it. Yeah, I'll have to make a way. to get in there. Okay, we're done with the resource piles for this level. Oof. I will handle things like spawn points and notes off stream. Can I get the whole thing highlighted, please? There we go. Anomalies. Yeah, we'll have to decorate it with anomalies as well at some point. I think I'm going to call it here. I need to go to the bathroom anyway, so we're going to call it here. This is a great place to end it. I don't know why I closed that, because I could show how much progress we made, and we made quite a bit of progress today alone, not including what I did earlier today. Yeah, we're gonna get there eventually, but placing notes and spawn points should be super easy, because like I've got the spawn points working exactly how I want them. The notes are written. I just need to put them into the data tables. Kibble, welcome. How are you doing? Unreal Engine game. If only Valve were to release Source 2 already, I wouldn't even switch to Source 2 because I don't know how to use Source. Yeah, notes and spawn points will be super easy. That's a lot of what's left. The rest is like adding in the final pieces, final mechanics, which shouldn't be too bad. So I think the next time we'll probably handle something like sanity and the inventory deletion if you die, essentially, from sanity loss. We'll focus on something like that. But a lot of this I have to do off stream. You know what? Maybe we'll do these every other week. How about we do that? So no game dev stream next week then. Okay. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. Please make sure you leave a like on the live stream, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. I will see you on Friday for more of the Long Dark. If you want more of these game dev streams, obviously leave a like. That's how you know how I know that you want more of them. And then they'll be back in two Wednesdays from now. We're gonna keep them to Wednesdays, every other Wednesday, at least until maybe it's evident that I do more of these. But that's it for now. I will see you on Friday. Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining, and have a good night. Bye.